welcome back to my channel. I'm Delilah from the Holistic Enchilada, and in today's video I am going to be focusing on damage, things that damage your hair and how to repair that damage. The reason I'm doing this video right now is because of the whole DevaCurl controversy that's happening right now, and I just want to offer my tips and advice to anybody who has hair damage, whether it's from DevaCurl or anything else such as coloring, excessive heat damage, over processing, if you're new to the curly girl method, or if you've been doing the curly girl method for a while and you feel like your hair is not really improving or it's getting worse, then all these tips are going to be for you. So as far as the DevaCurl thing is, I don't really want to talk that much about it because I feel like everybody's kind of said everything that has to be said. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, I'll post a link below to one of the videos that influencer has put out that is basically showcasing the damage to her hair that she says is due to the use of DevaCurl products for a number of years. So since then, thousands of people, or really since before then, thousands of people have been coming out with very similar stories where they have had hair loss or extreme damage where their hair is just breaking off, like extreme scalp irritation, and a number of other problems that they're claiming is due to the use of DevaCurl products. So briefly, from what I have seen, most of it seems to be attributed to the cleansers, like the no poo cleansers, but I'm not sure. I haven't seen everything. That's kind of just like what my interpretation of what I have seen in the last couple of months. This has been going on for some time. Now, I have used DevaCurl in the past. When I first switched to the curly girl method years ago, I used them. I bought, I don't use a lot of products, so I bought like the cleanser, the conditioner, and the gel. That's basically all I had. Oh, and then Mr. Right. Later on, I also bought the foam. So I used up the whole first batch, and I wasn't like thrilled with the results. I felt like the DevaCurl products left my hair not moisturized enough, and I wasn't really a fan of how it felt. So I mean, it wasn't bad, but I went on to find other products. I didn't really like the ingredients in DevaCurl. It's not a clean brand. You guys know that I'm about clean beauty, so I eventually found Evolve and Raw Curls and some other brands, and I branched out and left DevaCurl behind, with the exception of the foam. I love the foam. I do still use the foam. I use it as a single styler. I love it because it works even in Florida. It gives me hold, it gives me definition, tons of volume, but I would love to replace it with something better. I just haven't found that yet. So I've never had any issues with them when I used them back then, but again, I didn't use it as long as most of these people have been using it, and I didn't use the no poo. So branching a little bit away from the whole DevaCurl thing, I want to talk about what can cause damage to your hair, because I think that there's a little more to it than just DevaCurl. The very strict curly girl method is co-washing, and I truly believe that co-washing is not for everyone, and I think that it's really bad for your scalp if it's not for you. So co-washing was intended for people who have really thick, really curly hair that really needs a lot of moisture. So that's definitely not me. I don't have thick hair at all. My hair is like medium curly, a little bit wavy, and it doesn't need a lot of moisture. My hair likes protein way more than moisture, and I always have to be careful not to over moisturize my hair. So I do co-wash, but I don't exclusively co-wash, and I think that there are some mistakes that people are making with co-washing by either exclusively co-washing and never clarifying. I think that's a very big mistake, or they're using an actual conditioner instead of a cleansing conditioner to co-wash. So if your scalp is being cleansed by a product that is supposed to moisturize and kind of coats the hair with, let's say, oils and butters, you're not really removing all the gunk from your scalp. You can scrub all you want, but it's not going to rinse away because you're using something that is actually depositing moisture on there. And I think that after some time, this is from my experience because I tried co-washing for a while, it coats your scalp and it suffocates hair follicles. So, we normally shed every day, so hair is falling out all the time. If your hair follicles are covered after the hair falls out, it's blocked. No new hair can grow if there's a blockage there, if there's a bunch of buildup on your scalp. So I think that if you strictly co-wash, you really more than people who low poo have to make sure that you are clarifying on a regular basis, at least once a month. If you have hard water, you have an even bigger problem, because mineral deposits, just like you see in your tub, in your sink, in your kettle, that is also on your scalp. So you need a chelating shampoo, something like Malibu Sea, Kinky Curly Come Clean is a very mild one. Bumble and Bumble has one as well, where they're removing the hard water and the other buildup that you have on your scalp from products and just normal oils and whatever builds up on your scalp. So I think that co-washing is a big problem in the curly girl community, because some people don't understand that you need to clarify whether you co-wash or not, especially if you're co-washing. Co-washing is not enough to remove all the gunk from your scalp, and that can definitely lead to scalp problems and hair loss. So if you're one of those people who is exclusively co-washing, make sure that you're actually using a co-wash and not a regular conditioner to cleanse your scalp. I've never recommended that, and I don't think I ever will. Use a co-wash, something like the As I Am. That's a good co-wash. Mop Top has a co-wash. Rio Gio has a co-wash. There are a couple of other brands I can't think of right now, but use an actual cleansing conditioner. You can do like me, where I alternate. I use low poo and then a co-wash and then a low poo or a clarifier, and I alternate like that. I don't just use co-wash. I can't. My scalp gets built up so quickly. My hair gets built up so quickly. That doesn't work for me. But when I feel like my hair is a little dry, I'll co-wash instead of using a shampoo. I clarify once a month, and I don't even have, like, I don't co-wash strictly. So I'm using low poo most of the time, and I still clarify once a month. So I think if you're co-washing, you gotta clarify more often. And make sure you're using an actual clarifying shampoo. Just because it says clarifying on the bottle doesn't mean it's actually clarifying. Get something with a sulfate in it that doesn't have silicones, or you could get a CG approved clarifying shampoo like Kinky Curly Come Clean, or one of the other ones that I mentioned before. I believe Mop Top has a clarifying shampoo that's pretty good as well. So make sure that it's actually cleansing your hair and your scalp. Spend a lot of time scrubbing your scalp and remove all that buildup from your hair, because even though you're using water soluble products and you're using Curly Girl proof products, you're still getting buildup. It's normal, it happens. You're still, your scalp produces oil, it sheds the skin, all the stuff that's in the air around us. I mean, buildup is normal, the products you're using. So you have to remove that on a regular basis, and I think that's the first step. If you are ever at a point where your hair is not progressing, or you feel like it's getting worse, or you're kind of just frustrated with your hair because you just feel like nothing's working anymore, number one, clarify again if you have to. Always start with that. Don't start doing protein treatments and deep conditioning and switching products. First, clarify, because you want to remove all the stuff that's on your hair to see what the state of your hair is actually really like. Now, continuing on from the co-washing thing is just buildup in general, since it's not just co-washing that causes buildup, but I think that cheap drugstore products are also gonna cause a lot of buildup, a lot more than the higher end brands that are using completely water soluble ingredients. So I know that some of you may not want to hear this. I certainly can't stand spending a lot of money on personal care products, but as I have experimented more with different products and brands, I definitely see the difference when I use the high-end brands, salon brands, compared to the stuff you can buy at the store. Especially the really big companies like Herbal Essence, Shea Moisture, those kinds. They just have really low quality ingredients in them. So although they work well and my hair can look nice with them, I notice buildup a lot faster with those brands. So if you have normal hair, it's not damaged, I wouldn't care. Use the cheaper products and clarify on a regular basis. But I think that if your hair is already damaged, that's not gonna help, unfortunately. So I think that you should try to use better products if your hair is damaged. I'm sorry if you don't like that advice, but I have to tell you from my experience, just this is what I have noticed with my hair, and you hear it from experts all the time. I always thought it was BS, but now that I've been blogging about hair for so many years and I've been experimenting, I see it. I believe them. I see, and you can even tell. I did this thing a while ago where I put a little bit of an not herbal essence, a Shea Moisture product in my hand. I can't remember what product it was right now. It was from the Hibiscus and Curl line, that I do remember. And I put a little bit on my hand, I put it in the back of my hand. And then I tried to rinse it off and it came off, but it left a little bit of like a film on my hand. So it left something behind. And then I took my Evolve and my Raw Curls and I tried the same thing. I put it on my hand, rubbed it in, rinsed it off. The Evolve and the Raw Curls came off easily. There was nothing left on my skin. It was clean. So that shows me that the other products are definitely leaving stuff in my hair. They're coating my hair. So they're not completely, they're not completely water soluble. And if you are trying to recover from damage, I think it is important to take that into consideration. So do with that what you want. Some brands that I recommend are obviously Raw Curls and Evolve. I love them. I have my 15% off code for Evolve as well. They don't work for everybody though, so go ahead and check out my reviews before you go ahead or go start shopping. Also, definitely do the trial kits. All of these brands have trial kits, so you can get the little trial kit with a couple of the products and see if it works for you. So Evolve Raw Curls, Mop Top is really good. That one's new to me, but it's been really good for the last month. The Innate Life is good too. Innersense is really great. I still haven't tried them, but I know they're great. They have amazing ingredients. They're completely organic, so I know they're a good brand. They're water soluble. Jessicurl is another one. If you want something more affordable that's good but not as great as these, I would settle on Giovanni. Giovanni's pretty good. I did that test with the Giovanni and it rinsed off, so I don't think that they're gonna cause any buildup. I can't think of any other brands off the top of my head right now, but I know there's more. Check out the blog post that has everything listed out and linked out for you. So that is step one. If you have been having any struggles with your hair, if you have damage, I suggest that you go ahead and clarify with an actual clarifying shampoo first, maybe even use it twice back to back, see what your hair looks like. Then you can determine which path you're gonna take, if you're gonna focus on adding in some protein or adding in some moisture, because that is the next thing that I think a lot of people mess up, is the protein moisture balance. So our hair needs both, and everyone's hair is different. Some people have hair that prefers protein, a lot of protein. Some people have hair that prefers a lot more moisture. My hair, for example, prefers way more protein than moisture, and I have to avoid all products that are basically moisturizing. Anything that says hydrating or moisturizing on it, I don't even bother with. I bother with the things that are like clarifying, lightweight, volumizing, that kind of thing, because my hair really likes lightweight products that have protein in them to give it some body, some bounce, and not get weighed down. So after you've clarified, you have to look at your hair and say, okay, is my hair dry and brittle? Is it breaking? Is it dull? Does it feel like straw? Is it really frizzy? Okay, all of these things, or most of them, not just frizzy, okay, but like a combination of these things, then you need moisture. Okay, so work in some moisturizing products into your routine. Look at the labels of all of the products that you're using, all the ingredients, and check what are the first like 5 ingredients on there. Make sure that you've got moisturizing ingredients at the top. And if all your products have protein, then I suggest you start swapping things out. Maybe take out the conditioner or the leave-in conditioner and try using something with more moisture in it to give your hair the moisture that it needs. Deep condition more often. You can use different styling products that have more moisture in them. You're gonna have to be like a scientist and figure this out by really analyzing your routine and how your hair is behaving. So if, on the other hand, your hair is extremely soft and fluffy and frizzy and mushy and it's not holding a curl, you wash your hair looks great after you scrunch out the crunch, and by the end of the day it's flat, or the next day, then in that case you need more protein. So rice water treatments, protein masks, protein in your leave-in products and stylers, but don't overdo it, because you don't want to use all the products with, you know, a big focus on. You want to kind of balance it out. So again, trial and error. I mean, that's such a big part of having curly hair, and the whole curly girl method is constantly testing things out and trying different routines and different products. Unfortunately, since everybody's hair is so different, it's just really hard for you to find a routine without actually trying things out. You don't know how your hair is going to react with the environment that you're in, as opposed to other people who have maybe the same hair that you have, but they live somewhere else. Or it looks like they have the same hair, but really it's not the same. So I suggest that you, like I said, clarify, look at the state of your hair, determine if you need protein or if you need more moisture, and then evaluate your whole styling routine. Okay, aside from that, if your hair is damaged, you're gonna wanna, on a weekly basis, do deep conditioning treatments. If you need protein, then make sure you find a deep conditioner that has a lot of protein in it. I really like the Rockin' Green tea mask, but I know that they are currently out of stock. So I think that I'm gonna link to two other ones on the bottom, because I honestly can't remember the names right now. I should have written this down before the video, but I'm gonna link to them in the comments or in the description of the video below, so you can see. Most deep conditioners are moisturizing, so you really wouldn't have a hard time with that. It's the protein ones, because I've struggled with that, trying to find a deep conditioner that I can actually use. And there's not a lot that focus on protein. Oh, Evolve has a very protein heavy deep conditioner, actually. That's one of the ones that I use. So yeah, deep condition on a weekly basis and clarify on a monthly basis, or more often, even in the beginning if you've got a lot of buildup. You also want to incorporate any treatments if you want, like apple cider vinegar rinses are really good for if you have hard water, and super easy to do. Rice water treatments are nice, but they're a little, it's a little bit of work. So in place of that, you can just up your protein products. There's even a product that's just liquid protein that you can just squirt some drops in to add it to your current products. If you don't want to like go and buy all new stuff, you can just add a few drops to your leave-in conditioner or your styling product, and that might help you. Okay, so once you've clarified, you've deep conditioned, you've assessed all of your products, and you've got a routine, you got to maintain this, okay? So make sure that you are checking the state of your hair and assessing how your hair is as you go. Record. I think that's the biggest thing you can do. Just like take notes. Write down what products you used, how your hair turned out, how does it look at the end of the day, how does it look the next day, how does it feel, any changes that you make, anytime you switch up products. Take pictures. That's a big thing. Take pictures every day so you can see, you can look back, because you might say like, oh yeah, I'll remember, but 3 months down the line, you'll be like, gosh, my hair looks like crap. I don't remember it looking like this before. And if you don't have the pictures to document that and the data to basically look at, you're not gonna know what the problem is. So it could be that you've been using the wrong products. Maybe you're using too much protein, you're not getting enough moisture. If you wrote everything down, you'll be able to know like, okay, I started noticing my hair look different when I started adding in this particular product. So maybe I need to take this product out and do something else instead. So this is especially if you have damaged hair, if you're trying to recover from hair damage, or you're not happy with how your hair is, then really you need to be documenting everything that you're doing so that you can pinpoint what the problem is before it's too late. I think it's easier if you're kind of checking yourself on a regular basis to notice like, hey, my hair's starting to change, versus if you're kind of just willy-nilly going by with it. And I know I'm like that. I don't document stuff. I don't keep a record. I'm really bad with that. I'm really messy. But it's so much easier to notice a problem if you're actually keeping track of things. And instead, you know, 3 months down the line, you're like, oh man, like this product really has not been working out for my hair. How did I not notice this a month ago? Oh, okay, so also you wanna be like extremely gentle with your hair and protect it as best as you can. Use nighttime protection. Don't heat style, don't use brush. Just be like very gentle with your hair, especially if you've had a lot of breakage. You wanna prevent any more breakage from happening. And you may need to even cut your hair. So depending on how severe the damage is, I mean, all these things like adding in the proper, or getting the proper protein moisture balance in and all that can only help so much. If you've got excessive damage, then you're gonna have to cut your hair at some point. But maybe you can just cut little by little as you're, you know, treating your hair right and doing the deep conditioning and all that stuff. Maybe once you clarify, your hair is gonna look a lot better. Maybe once you switch products, things will change. You don't really know, so you kind of have to try. And if after a few months your hair is just not improving, then you may just have to cut it, and you may, I mean, that is the worst case scenario. But it's a possibility, and the good thing is that your hair will grow back. It's not a permanent thing. So as much as it sucks, and I totally understand, if you have really bad damage to your hair, you don't want to cut it, it will grow. And if you want to speed up the whole growth thing, I've had success with scalp massages. So you can try incorporating scalp massages on a regular basis. You don't need to use oils or massages or anything like that. They're like nice extras. You can just use your fingers and just do a nice, I think it's supposed to be like a 4-minute massage on a daily basis is what has been proven to be effective. So you can try that. You know, I like to do it before bed because it's really relaxing. Helps me calm down and get in the mood to go to sleep. So you can do it whenever you want, but it's a good thing to try if you're trying to regrow your hair. Also, they say that rice water rinses are good for regrowth. I can't speak to that. When I wrote my blog post about rice water rinses, I found some research that they used to use it back in the day to help regrow their hair, but there really hasn't been anything that has proven, like in current times, that it actually helps to regrow hair, but it does strengthen your hair and add shine and those kinds of things. So it's definitely good for your hair regardless, but that's a protein treatment, so don't overdo the protein. So those are my tips for helping to repair your damaged hair. Hopefully they really do help you, and if you are suffering from hair damage, I am very sorry. I hope that you are able to recover. So I do have a blog post with all of this information written out and all the products, recommendations and everything linked out for you. So I'm going to share that below as well, so you can go ahead and click it and get more thorough information in this video, because that blog post is a little bit lengthy and I go into a little more detail about other things that can cause damage and that kind of thing. So you can check that out. You can let me know in the comments your thoughts and concerns, experiences with DevaCurl if you have any, or any progress you've made with any hair damage you've had in the past. I would love to hear it. I'm sure it'd be helpful for all of us here in the curly community. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and I will see you in the next video.